polycyte molecular taxonomy and culture, metagenomics, basing, RNAi, and fish cell culture. He is working in the OIE reference laboratory for whitetail disease and his doctorate as well. He has published more than 40 research articles in peer-reviewed journals, book chapters, and patents for his credit. Also, Sara is running the startup in the name of Boger Biologicals in aquaculture sectors, which is an organic immune booster for shrimp and fishes. As a principal investigator, he handled and received funding from SCRP and MOS funded projects. As a co-investigator, he involved in the ESTC, DPT HRD, and TNSC-ST funded projects. With this background, I welcome Dr. Ravi sir for delivering the topic of tilapia hatchery backyard model. Hand over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Thiru sir. Thank you for the nice introduction.
Okay, sir.
Today, I am going to talk about backyard tilapia fish farming. Fish is the cheapest and most easily digestible animal protein, and it was obtained from the natural source from time immemorial for consumption. However, due to over exploration and pollution, the availability of fish in natural water have declined continuously. Forcing the scientists to adopt various methods to increase its production. Fish farming is controlled or under artificial conditions has become the yearly way of increasing the fish production, its availability of consumption. The farmers can easily take up fish culture in village ponds, tanks, or any new water bodies, and can improve the financial position. It is also create gainful employment for skilled and unskilled youths. India ranks second after China among the top aquaculture producer of the world. However, India is most restricted to crop farming and to some extent pancreas farming. Tilapia is the second most farmed fish in world. India does not farm tilapia to the extent commercially. The tilapia is the native fish for Africa and Middle East, and that exist in parental care. It can widely culture in tropical and subtropical countries. That tilapia breed naturally in ponds, tanks, lakes, estuaries, rivers, reservoirs, and spawning the year-round production. An important food fish and commercial high price in international market. In India, tilapia was introduced in 1952 with the view to fill up the unconsumed niches such as ponds and reservoirs. To the world aquaculture production of tilapia is 4.0 million tons, with the estimate value of around 3 billion. FAO report indicate that global tilapia production is expected to reach 7.3 million tons by 2030. In countries like China, Egypt, Philippines, Brazil, Thailand, and Bangladesh, tilapia contribute substantially to the food security programs. Therefore, it was felt at a national level that tilapia could be one of the candidate species which could be cultured to address the food security in general and cheap protein requirement of the growing population in particular. Empeda has given a major thrust to tilapia farming in India. The National Committee on Introduction of Exotic Aquatic Species in Indian Water approved the import of the gift tilapia, and the guidelines for the import of tilapia has been reformed in 2006, and it is for farmer friendly guidelines for responsible farming of tilapia implementation during December 2021. And these are all the advantages of tilapia culture. The first one is it is very fast growing fish. It will reach 1 kg within 4 to 5 months. It have the high value in local market. They prefer all kind of supplementary feeds. So we can make our own feed and give it to this animal. It can take any kind. So can be a profitable culture in all the seasons, and can be cultured at a high stocking densities. So the most of the biofloc farmers are prefer to culture this tilapia fish, and it have high disease resistant ability, and can culture in saline water also. It can grow in fresh water and saline water. 3 crops are possible in year. Growing exports potential due to the easiness to fill the fish, pellet to fish. The identifying characters of a fish is like body enlongment, friendly, deep, and compressed. Upper profile more convex than lower. The mouth large and longest soft dorsal ray extending to above paroxysmal part of caudal fin in female immature males. The caudal fin truncate, often with rounded corners. The female and non-breeding males watery gray to yellowish, with 3 or 4 dark blotches often appear along legs. Body of males during breeding season, deep black, lower part of head clay or pale grayish white, upper lip bluish. The dorsal fin black with a red margin. Fin transparent red, coastal fin with the broad red margin. These are the mechanomically important tilapia fish, namely nail tilapia and Mozambique tilapia, blue tilapia, red belly tilapia, and Zanzibar tilapia. And the potential importance as the demand for fish is increasing. Diversification of fishes species in aquaculture by including more species for increasing the production level has become necessary. Introduction of tilapia in our culture system is advantageous because it respect lower level in food chain, and those culture will be economically and user friendly. Mono-sex culture of tilapia is advantageous because of the faster growth and larger and more uniform size of males. The development of genetically improved tilapia technology is based on traditional selection breeding and is made to improve the commercially important traits of tropical formed fish, which is a major milestone in the history of tilapia culture. Through combined selection technology, the gift program achieved 12 to 17% average genetic gain per generation over 5 generations and cumulative increase in growth rate 85%. Other varieties like red tilapia also hold promise. There is high potential of export of tilapia to US, Europe, and Japan. Food and feeding. Generally, these fish are carnivorous fish, but it can feed. It can take the phytoplankton, periplankton, aquatic plants, small invertebrates, benthic fauna, debris, and bacterial biofilms associated with the debris. So it is recommendable to culture in culture with other fish. Based on practical care, parental care, the tilapia are grouped into maternal mouth brooders, parental mouth brooders, and substrate spawners. The setting up your backyard farm. The tilapia farming had home is an easy and exciting way to put the fresh net fish on your family table. Your own farm rice tilapia will be the best tasting fish you ever eaten. It will easily take on any preparation that you choose without adding the muddy river bottom taste to your meal. For setup of our homemade backyard tilapia culture, the essential components are fish tanks is most important. The biological filter and mechanical filters are optional. So if we include, the water will be the more safe. So and the minimum one water pump is need, and we must arrange the soil removal tank or central drainage system for removal of fecal matter from that fish tank. And the location of this setup we can keep in our backyard system, or we can keep it in our car park area for do this kind of culture. And it requires the very small place. It's around 10 by 10 or 20 by 10 is enough for this culture. The water source is, we can use any kind of water, like we can use the fresh water, or if we have the very hot water or saline water, we can use it for the culture. At the same time, we can prepare the feed for this animal. Whatever is available in our home, we can prepare the feeds to give this animal. Generally, we have to maintain the certain water quality parameters like temperature, pH, dissolved oxygen, salinity, and ammonia. This animal is very resistant for ammonia. If the papers are recommending animals like ammonia is like 7.1 up to 7.1. The salinity also 36, 0 to 36, and dissolved oxygen also 0.1. The dissolved oxygen and the temperature is most important for this animal. If the dissolved oxygen or temperature reducing very fastly, the animal will be the stress. So we need to take care of the temperature and dissolved oxygen. This is the main point, and otherwise The pH, salinity, and ammonia, it is it have very good capacity to tolerate. This is the feeding chart for the animal. So we are not going to do the nursery in our backyard system. We just took the animal from the stage of 5 gram after only. So we need to give the feeding for 4-5. Initially, we need to give the 4 to 5 times per day. Pellet size 2 to 3 mm, and after that, after 2 to 3 months, we can start to give the feed like 4 to 3 days, 4 to 3 mm, and likewise we can reduce the feeding time, but we need to increase the feed volume. Depends on the body weight per day. This is the potential growth rate of tilapia in over year using the staggered stocking methods. So we can culture the all over the year. So if we stock in December, we can catch this fish on after April or June. So it will reach around if we stock one fish in 1.5 gram, it will reach within 6 months, it will reach 15 gram. So this is what calculation we are doing. So the main challenges in fish farming is like the challenges are depends on the fish age and the quality of fish is the species is the important. Mostly the disease problem is the highest challenge for this fish, especially the Staphylococcus or tilapia lake virus. Otherwise, it won't cause the Vibrio or any other common infections. And it is it is environmentally it will affect like temperature or dissolved oxygen. If we maintain these two things, the fish can happily survive and give the profit. And the most important is the biosecurity. Like we need to get the approval from the government bodies shall be accordingly to those farms which could maintain the biosecurity of the farms to ensure no escape of the biological material from the farm to water source or to any other source, even situation like a flood, any accidents or any damage in the tanks. Therefore, should be standard design specifying the minimum requirement of closed culture system and other biosecurity measures which are necessary for farming. Outlet water from the culture tanks must be screened and tested before release into drain during culture practice or subsequent to harvesting in order to prevent the escape of eggs into the natural water bodies. And tank managements it's play a very important role in fish farming before and after the stocking of the fish seed. Various measures that are required to be undertaken in pre and post stocking practices. And no need to use chemicals for cleaning the tanks. If we can use maximum, we can use the chlorine for the washing the tanks and do the sun dry. the solution and or prevention measures for the disease. We have to periodically give the vaccines or probiotics. If we culture in pond, we need to give pond additives. And naturally, it have the very strong immune system. So if we provide some immune boosters, it will live strongly. This is the economical tilapia culture, economics of tilapia culture in 10,000 liters tanks model. So the maximum we need to, if we invest 90,000 rupees for various components, we will get a very good profit from fish culture. And in our department, we have the Center for Ocean Research. We have our own research facilities like a Sathyabama Ocean Research Field Facility. It inaugurated by the MOA Secretary, Dr. M. Ravichandran sir, during the 2022. We have the very good infrastructures like a marine museum, training labs, and research labs, aquatic animal husbandry, and algal lab. With this facility, we have developed the brood stock of the gift tilapia and started to breed this animal in our facility. So we have the larval rearing facility also. So we are continuously doing the breeding and maintaining the larval animal. So with this technology, we have cultured the animal and harvested. We done the harvest festival during February 2023. And this animal was harvested and given to the fisheries assistant director of fisheries. And we used to conduct the skill-based training program for women on backyard finfish culture. We have given the training to the fisherwomen, nearly 50 women. We have given already the training and given the seed also for do the backyard culture in their available facility. So it thank you.
Participants, do you have any doubts? Participants, any doubts, any questions? Okay. Am I audible? Okay. Sir, the question from the candidate is, Sir Ravi sir, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, so one candidate asks if there is any certified for this internship.
Yes, actually, the Tamil Nadu Fisheries Department, they used to give the breeding and culture program, doing the breeding and culture of tilapia fish. It regularly conduct in Krishnagiri Fisheries Department. If you conduct, they will provide you the more details.
Sir, another question. So nowadays AI is used in seed counting. How much accurate it is?
It is 100% accurate because it is because it is a very advanced technology. So they already standardize everything. So we already checked our seeds. It gives the very good results. Even we can check not only the fish, we can check the shrimp, or we can analyze our the size variations of fish, and the quality of fish also we can check by that AI tool.
So other question from Jahan Mohan. He asked, gift culture is permitted.
Yeah, yes, it is permitted in Tamil Nadu and Andhra. We have the certificates from Tamil Nadu Fisheries Department. We already got the before if you go for the gift tilapia culture, you need to get permission from the Tamil Nadu Fisheries Department.
Okay, okay.
Otherwise, you won't get the seeds from them.
Yes, sir. And other question, how do we get information for upcoming programs with RIAST?
From Center for Ocean Research?
They didn't mention it. They just mentioned how do we get information?
If you want the information regarding the programs, I think Dr. Tirunana Sambandam, he will create the WhatsApp group. He will share the information on that group. If he asking for the training program from the Fisheries Department, you can directly go to the Tamil Nadu Fisheries website. All the information is available. You can easily get the information.
Okay, okay, sir. So I think, yeah, that's it, sir. So thank you so much, sir, for an amazing presentation. So I think the participants learned a lot and also benefited from your session, sir. So once again, thank you so much for your valuable spending your valuable time with us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So the next session will start in few minutes. So please stay online.
மொபைல கனெக்ட் பண்ண சொல்லி கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ண சொன்னா ஓகே நான் டிசேபிள் பண்ணவே இல்லை. சரி சரி தேங்க்யூ சார்.
அப்ப நீங்க கேட்கல இல்ல கேவலம் பண்ணாங்க. ஓகே.
So good afternoon, Dr. Shivakumar sir. Dr. Shivakumar sir. Dr. Shivakumar, sir. Hello. Yeah. Super, madam. Okay. Actually, நானுமே இல்ல சாட போயிட்டேன். கன்க்ளூட் பண்றதுக்கு one second. One second. Yeah. Shivakumar, sir. Shivakumar, sir. Tamil Charu, please make co-host for Mr. Shivakumar, sir.
Oh, yes, sir. Done, sir. I have
Yeah.
done it already.
Yeah. So, good afternoon, sir. Shivakumar, sir. So, Shivakumar, sir, voice is not audible, sir. Shivakumar, sir. Shivakumar, sir, voice is not audible, sir. So please check your audio device, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Voice கேக்குதா?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now it's audible, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Shall we start the meeting, sir?
Yes, sir, please.
Yeah, yes, sir. Very good afternoon to all. Once again, I welcome you all for the 70th day of technology-based entrepreneurship development program in aquaculture, sponsored by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. The third session will take care by Mr. Shivakumar. Mr. Shivakumar, sir, completed his master's in coastal aquaculture at Center for Advanced Studies in Marine Biology, Annamala University, Parangipete. Currently, he is working as an aquaculture specialist at SIA FPA Farms, Saudi Arabia. His nature of responsibility in tilapia hatchery and tilapia recirculatory aquaculture system. He has more than 20 years of professional experience in tilapia, catfish, carps, fresh and marine water, aquarium fish hatchery, and grower ponds. He has a very strong knowledge and experience in site selection and strong ability of farm setup and running at low cost. He has a great knowledge in drug administration and dose calculation and experience in cage culture, pond culture of catfish, carps, and tilapia, as well as strong technical knowledge of recirculatory aquaculture system and his working system maintenance along with installations. With this background, once again, I welcome Mr. Shivakumar for delivering the topic of economic benefits of aquaponic systems. So, hand over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, doctor. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. I'm thanking Sathyabama University,
Thank you, sir.
Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, to conduct such good program, entrepreneurs development program in aquaculture. Today, I'm sharing about economics benefits of aquaponics home system. Why aquaponics so important culture system nowadays? Because the increased population.
So sorry for the interrupting, sir.
Yes, sir.
So please go to the full screen mode, sir.
Okay, what? Okay.
No, sir. No, sir. Please go to the full screen. Press F5, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Satya? No, full screen. உங்களுக்கு நான் ஃபார்வர்ட் பண்ணிட்டு மலட்டி.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
ஃபார்வர்ட் பண்ணிருக்கேன் பாருங்க வாட்ஸ்அப்.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay, sir. Then you can just do stop the screen, sir.
ஓகே.
I will do. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I hope screen is visible, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now you can carry on, sir. Please.
Importance of aquaculture system wide. The increased population and urbanization of farmlands in India is a concern of immediate attention, because in the near future, it can lead to possible food shortages in terms of local food production and high demand for organic food worldwide. Farms have been pushed far from cities. The increased distance only adds to heavy transportation cost in terms of paper, money, and environmental impact. The ratio of water lost versus that consumed by the crops in traditional farming techniques is alarming, especially when consider water shortage in congested areas like Chennai, Bombay, and Delhi. Not to mention the use of poisonous insecticides and pesticides on crops have negative health impacts on the consumers. And finally, the increased deforestation leading to global warming due to increased greenhouse gases, such as carbon dioxide, which is already a global concern. So aquaponics is a form of agriculture that has been around for many years, but resurfaces in today's modern world and attracts many people because of its benefits and profitability. Recent studies have shown the increasing demand for the aquaponics market globally because of the rising population, lack of farming land. Today, many people have turned to aquaponics. So please wait. Go back, sir. Go back, sir, please. Go back, please.
Yes.
Yeah. So today, many people having turned to aquaponics farming to grow food because of sustainability and organic way of producing food. Now, I'm coming to our session in as per PPT. Aquaponics consists of the three main parts, mainly is fish, then plants, and microorganisms. The fish waste provide an organic food source for the growing plants, and the plants provide a natural filter for the water the fish live in. The microorganisms are the beneficial bacteria. Next slide, sir. Please, next slide. Sir, next slide, please. Aquaponics is the integration of RES and hydroponics in one production system. In aquaponics unit, water from the fish tank cycles through filters, plant grow beds, and then back to the fish. In the filters, the fish waste is removed from the water. The first using a mechanical filter that remove the solid waste, and then through a biofilter that process the dissolved waste. The biofilter provides a location for beneficial bacteria to convert ammonia, which is toxic for fish, into nitrate, a more accessible nutrient for plants. This process is called nitrification, as the water containing nitrate and other nutrients is very much rich to the plant grow beds, that plants take all the nutrients and finally the water returns to the fish tank purified. This process allows the fish, plants and bacteria to thrive symbiotically and work together to create a healthy growing environment for each other. Please, next slide. Generally in aquaponic system, mainly two bed systems currently people are using. That one is media bed system, we used to call MBS. In that media bed system, mainly the volcanic gravel or lava rag or any porous gravels, including our granite gravel also we can able to use, which are porous to absorb water and the air, and then seedling are planted directly into this. So nowadays, better we can seedling we can do in outside, then we can transfer the samplings to the in media bed system. Water from the fish tank is circulated through the container to allow plants to access the nutrients. In that media bed system, microorganisms like beneficial bacteria are grown on gravels, act as a biological filter. Next, sir. So here you can see the media bed system. In that fish tank, like maximum we can able to produce 20-25 kg. Here I mentioned 16 kg per 800 liter biomass we can able to produce. In that, the filtration system what we are using here is sedimentation filter. See, the water will pass, first it will go to the gravitationally, it will go to the our wet and dry zone, and the wet zone there is 3 different zones, that is a dry, and it will be in the top, and next to middle will be the wet and dry zone, next down will be the wet zone. In this way, water will passing through the media bed system. Then next third step it will coming to the sedimentation filter. Then submergible pump is pumping the water to the aquarium tank or any fish tank also. The top of the tank also additionally we set up a sedimentation filter. Any other like dust materials it will be screening that. So this is the simple method for the, it's a backyard setup. Next one, sir. So next method is nutrient film technique. Is a common method used in hydroponics that is best suited to a large scale aquaponic productions. Here in NFT system, like I mentioned in media bed system, we are using larvae and volcanic run, but here we are using bioball as a filtration. This is because of the expenses of setting up the system of PVC pipes and the mechanical filtration needed to operate the system, usually set up in a separate tank through which the water passes before going through the plant pipes. It is really only suited to plants that have a small root system such as leafy green vegetables. Thank you, sir. Next, sir. So here just a nutrient film technique, the diagram is there. You can see the same methodology only, but here we can in fish we can able to produce 16 kg per 800 maximum. We can able to produce 20-25 kg also. And here he attached like filters, like you can see swirl filter and biofilter and the submergible pump and the biobar, and for oxygen purpose for the fish. So here we are growing the plants in the PVC pipes or any bamboo, anything we can available materials we can able to use. But mainly say filtration is method is because we are not going to add any external probiotics or any vitamins. So mainly the filtration is very important for us. Next step. So here mainly the mechanical filter. This is the mechanical filter is the from the fish tank. The next step it goes to the mechanical filter. Here the mechanical filter role is separate the fish waste from the system so that the fishes live in a clean environment. There is a lot of filtration systems commercially available here. And here we can mainly like radial flow filter and automatic drum filter. Drum filter is not necessary here, but it is maybe like higher level. When you are going for commercial, we can use drum filter. For home systems, in backyard setup, we used to use only radial flow filter, which we would reduce cost and easy human labor. Radial flow filter, nothing. We can buy any simple like a 20 liter or a 40 liter tank. We can perforate it. In the perforated can, we can use some filtration material like bioball or any say like plastics, also like a sponge. Also, we can use as a mechanical filtration materials. Then fishes waste collected in the filtration radial flow filter should be cleaned periodically. That is very important. We should clean at least alternative day or weekly once is very, very important, which can be used for the maybe any way if you are culturing any worms or something also, micro worms, we can for that purpose we can use this material. Then fine solid filtration. In the radial flow filter, 80% of the fish waste are separated, which are heavy solids. The remaining 20% of the fine waste is captured in a fine solid filter. Next one, sir. Next is very, very important. This is very important. Say biological filter. In the biological filter is the heart of the system. Here, which converts the ammonia produced by fish waste is a gaseous toxic gas for the fish. And then it converts into nitrite and then nitrate. Ammonia and nitrate are very much harmful to fish, but biofilter converts ammonia and nitrite continuously to nitrate, which is nothing but plant nutrients. In recirculatory systems, the biological filter we are using only for converting the nitrate to nitrate. But here in aquaponic system, what we are using like biofloc system. So here all the toxic material like nitrate and nitrate or ammonia and all, it will be the plant nutrient. This is the two benefits and compare with the recirculation aquaculture system. And here no need add any probiotics, any prebiotic. These are all the advantage. It will reduce our cost of production to produce fish. The nutrient-rich water from biofilter is fed to plants which absorb nitrate and sends back clean water to fish tanks. This is very, very important because nowadays people are thinking about biofloc systems and recirculatory aquaculture system. According to my point of view, aquaponics is the best system for to culture fish like tilapia and pangasius or perhaps in our backyard. There are multiple way of biofiltration. I would mean, sir, please. Back side, sir. Okay, there is multiple way of biofiltration systems we are using. Now, it is a very important is oxygenation system. DO is here very, very important for the parameter of the healthy growth of fish and plants and bacteria in the system. Minimum dissolved oxygen should be 5 milligram per liter in the system overall. Should be measured at various key points in the system like fish tank, biological filter, and the grow bed. All the living organisms in the system consume oxygen dissolved in water for the living, and dissolved oxygen will be reduced. So it's very important to maintain 5 milligram per liter. We need to continuously oxygenate the our system during culture period. For the home system, air pumps are recommended due to the diaphragm air pumps are recommended with long life and high volume of air and lower consumption. I'm going to like small backyard system, 65 watts air pump is the entire system, including fish tanks and biofilter, etc. It always recommended to have a standby air pump in case of pump failure. Easily replaceable spares are also available for diaphragm air pumps. Next one. Next slide, please. Yeah. So mainly in aquaponic systems, tilapia is a very good species. And currently, I think in previous session also, I hear there is a potential about tilapia in currently. And here we will recommend the tilapia is the best for in aquaponics cultures. Currently, going forward, maybe carp also we can able to culture. And temperature for tilapia 25 to 33 degrees, pH 6.5 to 8.5, DO 5 to 7, ammonia nitrogen is 0.5 milligram per liter per less, and the nitrate nitrogen 200 to 300 milligram per liter, and nitrite nitrogen 0.5 milligram per liter or less. Next, sir. What the benefits of aquaponics? It's very important things now. The mainly in the water conservative, it use only 10 to 20% of the water for growing plants when compared to conventional farm. And another one, the people nowadays we are thinking about health is wealth. So 100% organic. Since fish live in the same ecological system, we cannot add, we are not adding any pesticides or any fertilizers into the system, which makes the produce 100% organic output. And also more yield, since there is a constant supply of nutrient from the fish tanks, whatever feed, whatever we are giving to the extra items to our fishes, it will come to the nutrients rich water. The plants thrive and grow up to 2 to 3 times faster when compared to conventional farming. So another one here, no weed, so no soil-borne issues. The plants grow in a floating medium above the water or on a gravel bed, which reduces the chances of weed growing and soil-borne issues up to 99%. The another one is double benefit in aquaponic system. We cultivate fish and vegetable together in the system, which is double benefit for the aquaculturist or agriculturist for the grower. Then another important things nowadays, you know very well, is labor is very, very costly, and this is less laborious. Since no weed and no soil-borne issues, 50% of the manual hours are reduced when compared to conventional farm. With the proper planning and system design, workload is reduced much more. Next, sir. So another, the continuous of the benefits and year-round farming. Aquaponics growers do not depend on weather conditions to farm. It's very, very important. Year-round farming. And because of their ability to regulate the temperature, so they can cultivate organic food all year around. Then another important thing, faster plant growth. If we are in the 5G area scenario, and plants growth in aquaponics naturally grow faster because they can access the nutrients 24 hours a day. And you can see two sources of income we are getting, that commercial aquaponics operations can enjoy from the plants and also from the fish. And sir, this slide.
So 1 second, sir, 1 second.
Yeah. No.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please. Okay. Next slide, sir. Okay. So here here in aquaponics, we can enjoy two sources. One is income, one is plants and fish. And reduces, see, another very important things here, we have to note that reduces the planet's carbon footprint. Large farmland is not needed to grow aquaponics crop. A sustainable, that's very important. A sustainable aquaponic system is viable in places where the land is rocky or prone to drought. Please, next slide. And here, components of plants grow area. The grow beds, I mentioned early grow beds and another 2-3 methods. So here, grow beds for tomato cultivation. So you know recently how much price we paid for to procure tomato. So continuous flow media beds will be used for tomato cultivation, and leafy The deep water culture beds will be used for leafy green cultivation. That wicking beds will be used for growing root crops like beetroot, carrot, radish, etc. Like inline warm compost bed optional, whatever waste we are getting from the mechanical filters, we can use for the our vermiculture. So here, this one will be useful for the any fishes, small ornamental fishes, something for the broodstock development. So we can have a small inline warm bed inside the wiggling bed, which can use to compost the fish waste along with the regular food waste from the household. By having inline warm bed in the system, we get to consume more water in the system, and additional micro and macronutrients are also added into the system. Next one. Yeah. Now, before aquaponics, if you are starting aquaponics, it's very important business plan. The aquaponics, so I here only mentioned very 5 strategic plan only, 5 sections only. What is plan? So mainly overview. The section provide the vision statement, mission, and goals of our commercial aquaponics farm. Next one is management and organization. This section describes the business ownership structure and its management and organization. Marketing strategy. This section is very important. How we are marketing. The section identifies the products to be produced, how they will be marketed, and the potential competitors. This section will also describe the product packaging, distributing, and promoting approaches. The next one is operational strategy is very, very important. The product management, farm size, physical and human resources, and regulatory requirement. Then finally, it's very, very important for financial strategy. This section provides income and expenses estimates, expected profit and loss, sources of funds, and the potential business risks to its success. Next one, sir. So here I just mentioned economics in small. If we want to set up in our terrace or any backyard, we need only 50 feet, 15 feet into 15 feet for the entire system, which include fish tank, filtration system, grow beds, water pumping, and air pumping system. Here only I mentioned like it's easily available 6,000, 10,000 rupees. IBC tanks or HTB tank, which can hold up to 30 kg. I mentioned already 16 kg of 800 liters. So we can hold in 1 cubic meter capacity 30 kg. Tilapia grows from fry stage to in 6 months. In year, we can do 2 cycles on full production 60 kg. So just next slide, sir. So economics of home aquaponic systems, I earlier mentioned 60 kg per year, and we can able to 10 to 12 members throughout the year. This we can able to culture. In aquaponic systems, not only limited for the palak, amaranthus, and amaranthus red coriander, like fruits like tomato, chili, brinjal, and root crops also we can able to culture. Next slide. So this is cost estimation. Below is the rough estimation for the 10 to 12 members. It's a backyard setup only. Fish tank, recycled IBC tank, 1,000 liter each, and a filtration tank and some tank and recycled tanks for 100 liter tanks and biomedia, everything all together. Approximately it will be changing project based on market price estimation, approximately 75,000 only. The next one is for the plant liner, grow bed, and plumbing pipes and other fittings. It will be 50,000 rupees. Next one, sir. Then additional expenses for fish fingerlings, 50 number fish feed, and some iron powder. And the rough cost estimates is for the 3,500. Overall, 1 lakh rupees, 1.5 lakh rupees. We can able to set up a aquaponic setup in our terrace. Next one, sir. So this Asola bed also we can do optional. So everybody know I don't want to go deep. Next one, sir. Okay. Now this water pump for water circulation is very important. So I already mentioned, and now this is sustainable one. Aquaponics is a continuous RE system. So in water circulation across fish tanks and mechanical filter, biofilter, and grow which is necessary, we can use a water pump for water circle across the system. Fish tank water should be replaced in every hour to facilitate fish waste removal, DO replacement, ammonia removal, and then power system and backup. So since the power pumps are consuming very low power, we can use a solar system with battery banks for the entire system. Next one, sir. Yeah, this is the small system. You can see the I mentioned here IBC tank around 1 cubic meter. We can able to produce around 30 kg per cycle, and per annum we can able to produce 60 kg tilapia species. And you can see the two blue color drum. We can use it as a mechanical filtration, and all the you can see the gravel, the small gravel. You can see the floating raft, that thermocol sheet we just perforated, and we can able to this setup only I just mentioned economic here, maximum 1.5 lakhs or 2 lakhs we can able to set up in our terrace. This is just small scale. If anybody interested, we can start with a small thing, then they go for commercial. They will get some practical experience. Next one, sir. So the same system only. This is in my house terrace only. Next one, sir. And you can see the vegetables. This is it's not in my house. This previous one of my friend he harvested. He shared with me. Next one, sir. These are all the some harvested from aquaponics. Next one, sir. And here just this is another kind of setup. Just to picturize here, I will show how to set up the first. We will purchase some equipment first week, then plant seedling, and next one is to clear the grass and debris around the area, cover the roof of greenhouse A, and cover the base of greenhouse A. Just you can see the picture here. Some materials we purchased, and the plant seedling in nursery. This all used material, sustainably we can able to culture. Next one, sir. How to prepare media bed. Now next step will be we can arrange the concrete blocks and plates to elevate the fish tanks and media balls in the greenhouse, and arrange the basins for stimulation and the fixed issue of the sheet binders in the greenhouse. Next one, sir. So then next week, so concrete blocks and plates are elevate fish tanks and plant beds in greenhouse B, and we can measure the PVC pipes as per the measurement. Next one, sir. So then cover the wall and door of greenhouse, and added a sunscreen layer over the fish tank pot, because otherwise algae will grow very well, of greenhouse A using black mat. Next one, sir. So you can see the volcanic gravel is very important. This is because of the porous, and the plants will grow very well. Plant bed for greenhouse. Then another one we are using some sand also, volcanic gravel in plant beds greenhouse to prevent excess moisture. Next one, sir. And you can see some week 4 collected water into the system before 3 days, adding the fish to the evaporate the excess chlorine. Then hop on net, to take the initial weight of the fish. Then installed oxygen aerators to run the submergible pump. Then run that system to test flow rate. Next one, sir. Then added some plants. This is the systems. Some pictures, please. Next final stage. Next one, sir. So you can see the growing plants on media bed. There is initial period, and the next one is growing and flowering plant on media bed. Just I mentioned very clearly, media bed only. The plants are growing very well. We can able to tomato and some fruits, okra also we can able to culture in the media bed. Next one, sir. And nowadays solar power is best for we can able to use. We can check with 1 kVA, 2 kVA. We can able to fix our sustainable production of aquaponic system. Next one, sir. So conclusion, aquaponics is natural, high productive, high water conservative, and less laborious system. But due to high initial investment, lack of technical expertise on the technology, it's not adopted widely across, especially in countries like our country, India and Sri Lanka. There is an increase in interest of organic produce in general with a proper business strategy and execution of business plan. These two things is very important: proper business strategy and execution. And aquaponics system is a very good profitable business compared other like biofloc or recirculatory aquaculture system, according to my point of view. With high levels of water depletion and contamination, aquaponics will be a best replacement to traditional cultivation. At the same time, the aquaponics system conserves water and produces more with less area. Thank you very much, sir, for giving this opportunity, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for your wonderful presentation, sir. Participants, do you have any questions? Any questions from the audience sides? Participants, any questions? So one question is raised from the participants.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Which is suitable for fish species for aquaponics?
Yes, sir. Yes. Very much suitable. Tilapia fish is very much suitable, sir.
Okay.
Currently going forward, we have to do some more research.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Any other questions? I think there is no more questions from the audience sides. Shall we end up the session, sir?
Okay, sir.
So one second, sir. One question is asked for Chandrasekhar. He asked,
Yes.
can shrimp be formed in aquaponics?
No, sir. Fish is the best option, sir. Aquaponics.
Okay. Okay, thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for your wonderful time to
Thank you.
taking the
Thank you.
presentation, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Tomorrow we are having two important sessions. The one is Coastal Aquaculture Authorities Rules and Responsibilities, handled by Dr. S. Kumaralingam, and the afternoon session will handled by Dr. Soy Ranganathan, the topic of trends in startup and investment ecosystems. See you on tomorrow. Thank you, sir.